Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. It is Todd and Leah Ray from digitaltrailblazer.com. And I think we're live. Okay, that was a little much to handle right there. So welcome. We're talking about how you can create your very own seven-figure business. We're actually going to break this down into the steps and into the stages to take you from very beginner all the way through to a very profitable seven-figure business. So as you jump on, say hello. Let me know that you are here with us. I'm juggling multiple streamings tonight, so bear with me. Give me a little patience with me, and we're going to dive right in. And if at any time you're like, hey, this sounds really cool, I'm going to need some help with this, guess what? We can help you with that. Type in the word info in the comments if you are in Facebook, and we will follow up, set up a time to talk, see where you are, and really how we can help you out. If you are on YouTube, there is a link in the description. You can actually just clink. You can clink it. I don't know what that means, but then you can click it and then we can set up a time to talk. So let's dive right in. I'm a little flustered because I just had all that clicking to do. So if you want to jump in.
Yeah, why don't you move over and
okay.
Move the mic over. Probably help.
Okay. I don't know how to move it over. Okay. Where's this?
That's as far as it goes.
It's as far as it goes.
Oh, this is me.
Yes. That's which do you want to go while I get reoriented?
So building a seven-figure business. So here's the thing you need to keep in mind whenever you are building any sort of business. And it doesn't matter if it's online business or whatever. The things that are going to get you to your first sale are not the things that are going to get you to your first six figures. And the things that got you to your first six figures are not the things that are going to get you to seven figures or multiple seven figures per year. Okay. And so there's three very distinct stages in your business that you need to go through to kind of get there. Okay. And one of the really important parts about being able to get to that next phase is understanding where you are right now and what you should be focusing on. Okay. Because there's a lot of people that, they have this idea of building an online course or coaching business where they think that you can just create your program and then it just somehow makes sales.
Right.
And maybe it takes off at some point and then you make a lot more sales and nothing changes. Well, there's a lot of things that you need to do. Okay.
Yep.
That stuff doesn't just happen by chance. Okay. And
if you're waiting for it to happen by chance, it's not going to.
No.
So you have to take what we're giving you here and actually apply it to the stage that you're in so you can graduate and move on to the next stage.
Right. And maybe you've had some success. Maybe you've gotten to a point where you've launched successfully, but then you kind of plateaued. Or maybe you're generating $10,000, $20,000 a month, but you're kind of stuck there and you don't know what's going to get you to the next level. Okay. And so again, you need to recognize where you're at and what's going to get you to that next phase. So there's, like I said, there's three very distinct phases to your business to get to that seven figures, multiple seven figures per year. Number one is going to be your launch or your warm market phase. Number two is going to be the cold traffic phase, the cold traffic paid ads phase. And then phase three is going to be what we call the leverage and scale phase. Okay. And so there's three, and in each phase, there's something different that you need to focus on to get to the next level. So first phase is actually the most important. Okay. This is the one where it's going to make you or break you.
Yep. And unfortunately for most people, it breaks them.
Yeah. So here's the thing is that, like I mentioned before, a lot of people have this goal of being able to create their course and then maybe run ads to it, or somehow it takes off organically and it just makes sales because it's such a great course. And the thing is that it just doesn't happen that way.
Yeah.
What you need to get really good at, or the thing that's going to get you to a point where you can just run ads to a cold audience and then generate sales on automation on the back end, what's going to get you there is when you have a lot of strong result-oriented testimonials.
Yeah.
Okay. That is what you need, because that's like the last part of the buying decision for most people. That's the thing that's going to push them over the edge to say, yes, I want this. I'm willing to put money on it right now. Is that social proof. When people see that you have helped others to get the results that they want to get, especially when you can show them that you've helped others just like them help to get the results that they want to get. That's when they can make an easy buying decision right there on the presentation, whether it's a webinar or a VSL or a mini course or however you want to do it.
Right.
Okay, a challenge or whatever. Okay, it doesn't matter. Those strong result-oriented testimonials are what's going to push them over the edge, where they say, okay, this has worked for others. This sounds good. It makes sense to me. Let's do this, right? Now, without those testimonials, okay, you need to go through a different process to make those sales. Okay, because what those testimonials do is that they give people third-party verification that what you do works, that you have gotten results for yourself, that you've gotten results for others, and that you deliver on your promises, that you're not some sort of a scam, you're not some sort of con artist, that you're not going to rip them off, right? That they're not going to get scammed or whatever. They need that third-party verification. Okay. Now, when you don't have that, you can still make sales, but you have to replace third-party verification with first-party experience.
Right.
Okay, meaning that you have to give people the personal experience that you are legit, that you are an expert, that you know what you're talking about, that your training is good, that you resonate with them, and that you deliver on your promises. Okay, when people have the firsthand experience that you do that,
right,
then they don't need this third-party verification. Okay?
They don't care about those testimonials.
Yeah, because they have firsthand experience. Yep. It's like imagine that you're trying to decide where to go eat in your local town, right? Do you need to consult Google or Yelp and look at reviews for the local restaurants? No, you probably don't, because you already know. You've lived there all your life, or you've lived there for a number of years. You know where you like to go eat. It doesn't matter what the Yelp results are, or it doesn't matter what the Google results are or reviews are. You already know from firsthand experience. So that's what we're doing. But the thing is that type of experience doesn't happen overnight, right? You can't just run traffic to a webinar and say, hey, you should trust me enough now. Let's buy this $1,000 course, right? It doesn't happen that way. It takes a certain amount of time, and it takes a certain number of what we call engagements, right? It doesn't happen just in one encounter. People need to get exposed to you and your brand and your training multiple times over a certain period of time. Okay. And sometimes it's as short as maybe a week or two. Other times it takes maybe a month or two. Okay. Depending on the price point, depending on what it is that you're doing.
And we've had people that it's taken months and years, and that's okay. They stayed plugged in, and they knew what we were going on because we were consistent. We were serving, we were showing up. And then when they were ready, when they were ready, they came.
Well, and there's a second half of that too, is when is the prospect ready, right? Because we've had people that have been on our email list for years, never bought anything from us. And then finally they decided, hey, now's the time, right? So it has to be the right time for them too. But that's kind of another discussion. Anyways, that first step, what you have to get really good at is building a warm audience. Okay, you have to get good at building a warm audience and then generating testimonials from the people who've joined your program.
Yep.
Okay, so those are the two things that you need to know how to do really well. When you do that, then it's not uncommon for you to launch for anywhere from $20,000 to maybe $50,000. Okay, typically that's where we see people launch at when they do this successfully. Sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more. But that's usually a pretty common range for people to launch their programs at when they follow the right steps and when they know what they're doing. And
when they've thoroughly built up and engaged and invested in an audience.
Yep.
Audience is the number one key, really, when it comes down to how big their launch is going to be.
Right. And you can do that for free, right? With organic prospecting, or you can even do that with paid ads. Okay, if you want to go faster, you can build a warm audience with paid ads. You just can't sell to them right away, right? It takes a little bit of time. So sometimes you can get all the testimonials you'll need to get to phase 2 with one launch. Other times it might take 3 launches, maybe 5 launches. And that really depends on just how long it takes for people to get results on your program. Okay, so for like our very first course that we sold, people could get results within a few days. So we were able to scale that very quickly. With other things that we sold, it took longer for people to implement. And so it took people longer to get results.
Yep.
Right. I mean, we've got some people that one of our students is selling a screenwriting course. Well, to sell your first screenplay. So obviously that's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. Right. And so for something like that, obviously it's going to take a little bit longer for people to get results and to get the testimonials from that.
Yep.
So it really depends on what your program is, how fast they can get results, and what kind of testimonials that you can get. Okay. So now phase 2 is when you have those testimonials. Okay. And we're not talking about just any type of testimonials, right? Because there's a lot of people that come to us and they say, we ask them, during their strategy sessions, okay, do you have testimonials? How many do you have? What kind are they? And they'll say, yeah, I've got some good testimonials.
Yeah. And then they'll send it to me and I'll look at it and it's like, it's so-and-so is the best trainer. He's a good guy. He's awesome. I really, recommend him. He's always there for you. Super supportive. And I'm like, this is it? Like, this is nice, but this is not what you can base driving cold traffic to you for.
Mm-hmm.
No, you need results. You need numbers. You need very clear, data showing that your program helped a person succeed.
Right. And so there's typically 3 types of testimonials. Okay. Number one, which is in 3 different levels. Okay. So number 1 is testimonials about you in general. So they're talking about you, your personality, your integrity, right? Your honesty, how well they like you. Right. And any type of testimonial is a good one. Okay. So if you get a testimonial like that, don't be disappointed because it's not a, super great one, but it's something that you can definitely use. Okay. The next level up is testimonials about how well people liked your program, right? So it's specifically about the program that you created, your course, your coaching program. And they say, yeah, the training is great. It's comprehensive. I really enjoyed it. It's easy to follow. It's step-by-step.
My best investment ever.
Best investment ever. Those are even better to get. Okay. Mm-hmm. But again, they're not result oriented. Mm-hmm. Okay. Then on top of that, I'm sorry, we got a kid screaming in the background.
I'm going to go deal with children.
So that's one of the problems of having your office right next to the boys' bedroom is that sometimes, you have things like that. Anyways, so that next level is when people are talking about your program and how well they liked it and how great it is and those sorts of things, right? And again, that's a great type of testimonial they have. But what you really want in order to be able to drive cold traffic to a sales page or to a webinar or to some sort of a sales event and generate sales on the back end on automation when people see it for the very first time, the type of testimonial you need is when people are actually getting the results that you promise. Okay. So for example, if you create a course about how to lose weight, right? Or a coaching program about how to lose weight, you want testimonials about people actually achieving that result of saying, hey, I spent 3 months in this program and in those 3 months I lost, an average of 15 pounds per month. And I'm now down to 25% body fat and blah, 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 right? Where they can actually give numbers and actual results that they've achieved with your program. If you have a course about how to make money online, and whether that's with affiliate marketing, network marketing, online courses, coaching program, whatever it is, right? And you get testimonials. The kind of result-oriented testimonials you want is people saying that, yeah, I launched my program and I made $20,000. Or my first month with Totten Lee Array, I instantly doubled my my coaching program and I'm now producing $20,000 to $30,000 month over month, right? Those sorts of things where people are actually saying that they got this result from your program. Now, sometimes you may have a program where it's more of a mindset thing or more of it's like a soft skill where you can't really put a number on it. You can't really, it's less of a tangible thing, right? And in those cases, you still want people talking about the benefit of going through your program, right? So if you, for example,
Oh, I'm sorry.
So for example, if you have like a mindset course, right? Or if you help people with their mindset, what you need to do is niche down to like one specific type of client or customer. So maybe that is, maybe that's entrepreneurs. And so you're going to need testimonials from entrepreneurs that said, hey, because of this mindset, right? Because of this mindset coach, I was able to take my business and increase my revenue by 30%, right? Because of this thing that I learned from so-and-so, I was able to achieve this result in my business or in my life or whatever it was, right? That's the kind of thing that you need. Oh, that's right. I did scoot over, didn't I?
I know, it's like my head's in front of the camera with that microphone.
So you still, and again, those can kind of be hard to get, but you need to know how to generate those testimonials from the people that you're working with. Okay, so that's the other half of that. Now, when you have that and you have those strong result-oriented testimonials, that's when we can put together a really strong sales presentation in whatever format you want. Okay, depending on what it is that you're marketing it, what your price point is. We may want to do a different type of thing. So webinars work well for a lot of people, but depending on your offer, we may not want to do a webinar. We may want to do a mini course or instead, or maybe a challenge or something else where they get exposed to you over a longer period of time.
Yep.
Right? So we need to inject those sales page. That combined with strong messaging, right? Then we can start running cold traffic, paid ads to a cold audience, send them into your sales process, and then pump out sales in the back end, okay, on automation. And when you do this, that's when you're starting to produce multiple 5-figure months, maybe even 6-figure months, month after month after month. Okay, that's when you fully implement phase 2. Okay, is where you're producing that 5-figure, multiple 5-figure, maybe even 6-figure months over and over again. Okay. Now, when you start getting towards the higher end of that, $70,000, $80,000, $100,000, $200,000 a month, you're going to start to feel like everything is falling apart, right? Like, like you're barely keeping it all together, because the thing is that when you get that many sales or when you bring in that many clients, there's always an increase in workload. There's going to be support tickets that you need to take care of. There's customers that you need to take care of. They all have questions. Sometimes it's just really simple, just tedious things that you have to take care of, like password resets, email changes, updating credit cards, right? Refund requests, chargebacks. And the more customers you bring in, the more of that stuff you have to deal with. And it's going to feel like you're spending more and more time on that tedious administrative stuff rather than your actual business, right? Rather than the actual coaching or the course that you really want to deliver on. And so in order to really be able to maintain that long term, get to 7 figures a year or multiple 7 figures a year, we need to start to, instead of thinking about what is going to get you to that next level, you need to think about who is going to get you to that next level.
Yep.
Okay. And this is where you start building a team to start managing those things for you. So you start bringing on virtual assistants. You may even bring on full-time employees to manage those sorts of things. You may bring people on to help manage some of your coaching, to manage parts of your course or do some extra training. You may bring people on to manage your ads and your traffic. You may bring people on to whatever it is that you're doing that's related to your business. Bring other people on to manage those things. Okay, and as you start handing off those things, you start really moving into the CEO role of your business, right? Where you've got somebody that's managing your ads, and you've got somebody else that's taking your sales calls, and you've got somebody else that's doing the technical end and doing all the tech setup for your funnels and your email autoresponders and things like that. You've got a copywriter that's doing all of your emails, and you've got a social media manager that's doing all your social media posts, right? And you just meet with people maybe a couple times a week to make sure that they're on task, that they're that everything is running well, and that's a point where you're only spending maybe 5-10 hours a week in your business, and you're producing 7 figures, multiple 7 figures per year. Right. But you have to know how to hire the right people. Okay. And then when you find the right people, you need to know how to pay them so that they don't leave.
Yes.
Okay. And that's the thing. It's not necessarily, sometimes it is about the skill set, right? But more than the skill set, you need to hire people of integrity that can think critically. Right. Those are like the two things. People with integrity that can think critically. When you find that, you can pretty much train them to do anything that you need them to do in your business, and they're going to do a good job. And when you find them and they're getting to a point where they're doing well and they're skilled, you don't want them to leave, so you need to pay them well.
Right.
Okay.
So anticipate a pay raise as their skills go up so that they stay with you and don't move on to greener pastures.
Yep. But again, that's what you need to start doing. When you once you're in that phase 2 and you're producing multiple 5 figures a month, maybe even 6 figures a month, and you start to feel like you're just managing all this, tedious, monotonous administrative stuff. That's when you know that, okay, you need to bring on somebody to manage your ads. You need to bring someone on to manage your social media posts. You need to bring on somebody on to, manage your funnels, right? Do some copywriting for you. And they don't have to be full-time employees. They can be virtual assistants that you just contract with, 1099. That's most of the people that we work with. And then document your processes, right? So that you don't have to personally train every single person. So you're going to have to create little training programs about how to run different parts of your business.
Yep.
Right. And just systematize that. And that takes some time too.
And so there is this weird part where you're going from stage 2 into stage 3 when you're starting to build out and hire, and that you have to slow down to speed up. And so don't wait too long. We've made that mistake in the past for ourselves in our business, is that we waited too long to bring on team members, and all of a sudden it was like boom, explosion, massive growth, and we're drowning in our business. And the whole, like, we knew we had to get people in immediately, but we were drowning so much, the ability to actually train someone was daunting. Like that whole concept of, I got to slow down and teach them what I'm doing, but I'm barely doing it fast enough to keep up as it is. So the very first hire, some sort of just a virtual assistant to help you out. Okay. And that can really oftentimes come earlier in the process, depending on the type of VA. Like you can have a really high level VA that you're paying pretty good money to. That person is probably later. Earlier on in the process is someone who's pretty low key. Okay. They're not really highly skilled, expert in their industry. They're someone that is probably working from overseas. They've got a low cost of living. You can pay them really good money to help you with some menial tasks that you just need to get done. Managing your Facebook group, scheduling posts and content that you've already created, and they just have to go and put it places and do the little busy work stuff that really doesn't have to be from you.
Video editing is another one.
Yeah, video editing, right? That's a great one to outsource. So those are things that you would move sooner on. Get those people in place to take off some of the busy work that you can, and then as you're growing and expanding, then you're really looking into bringing on more solid team members that are taking on some of the heavier roles, bigger roles in your business. Awesome. So with us, we do have David. We appreciate you so much. Thanks for being here with us. If you are looking at this process and you're like, okay, I'm on stage 1, I'm just getting started, or I'm starting to oscillate between stage 1 and stage 2. I know I need to get some systems in place, or I need some guidance on how to make this transition so I can effectively grow and build. We can help you with that. Type in the word info in the comments. We'll have a nice, pleasant conversation. We'll see where you are, what you've got going on, and how we can help you take that next step, move into that next phase in your business, putting into the systems, putting in the processes that you need to really take it there. So type in the word info in the comments. If you are on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, you got to click the link. Sorry, comments don't work quite as well over on YouTube. And if you would like, let's do Facebook only, right? Reward our Facebook users. If you're on YouTube, you can click and join the Facebook group. It's down in the description of the video. But if you're on Facebook, if you would like a one-on-one coaching session, I can't talk tonight. Goodness. Okay. Session with myself. Get a 7-figure business owner's eyes in your business to look at exactly where you are. What are those next steps for you? How to move forward to get there? Then simply type in the word win in the comments, and I'm going to select someone, and I'm going to, whether it's live tonight or tomorrow, depending how active we get here going, I'm going to choose someone from each of the places where Stream of Fun. If you are on our business page and you are not in our Facebook group, do so. Type in the word group in the comments. I will get you the link to join the group officially, because Thursday night, we've got some really great training. What are you going to cover for Thursday?
I don't know.
5. You told me it was.
I know.
It's. I haven't scheduled it yet, but it's 5 ninja tricks.
Yeah,
or
for
something.
your sales page.
Yeah, say it. Do you remember?
No, but basically,
5 psychological hacks to boost your conversions.
Skyrocket conversions
There you
on your
go.
sales page. Yes.
I know there's a better copywriting way he had said it originally.
Yep.
So that's going to be Thursday, but only in our Facebook group. So if you're on YouTube, if you're on our business page, you're going to have to join the group to get in on the action and learn how these little simple psychological hacks that you can add to what you're doing to really, yes, Ross, Jedi mind tricks, to really get more sales in your business, higher conversion. So you definitely want that. Type in the word group to get access. And yeah, type in the word win. I will follow back up. Replay viewers, you are definitely included in this contest. Type in the word win as many times as possible. Whoever gives us the most comments is going to be selected. And I might choose a couple of you if we have more than one participating really well. So have a blessed night. We're going to see you on Thursday evening, 8:30 Eastern. And take care. Bye.